Hello, everyone. This is your official welcome to ETM 501. I'm so excited that you've been able to get in and introduce yourselves to me. I'm closing out another course, so today's the first time I got on to read your introductions, and I appreciate just learning a little bit about you. As I mentioned in one of my replies, just please keep open communication with me based on what's happening in your life. If you have an issue with something, if you're taking a little bit more time with something, I just appreciate knowing those things so that I can share a little bit of grace with you in the timeline. It is a graduate level course, so I do expect a certain amount of production and outcome. So if you're able to just share with me if you have issues, I appreciate that. So by now, hopefully you were able to go through and look at a couple of the tools and things that we'll be using in the course. Hopefully you've taken a quick look at Module 1. All of our modules are set up the same way. There's the very quick objectives section for you. What to read and do is a very good place to just kind of go down through and see kind of what you're responsible for doing in a line and a list there. Then of course there's always the overview of the unit and the module, and I try to give you strategies for going through the module so that it can kind of help you a little bit. I think in this one, since we're finally going to be beginning and this is your first time through, number 4 is very important to us. And I'm sorry for all of you who've written about your dogs and animals. This is my dog Annie playing with a toy in the background that sounds like it's scraping and scratching. So anyways, number 4 is going to be very important to you in this because it talks a little bit more about what I expect for a module post. And as we're going through the first module, you'll get a better idea, and then the second module will be a little bit easier, I think, typically. I mentioned a PowerPoint in the what to read and do. It says access and view. This is the actual PowerPoint. So it's a YouTube video that I have a PowerPoint that's attached to it that I work you through to give you some information. Because in this first module, we're actually just kind of introducing ourselves to what these freedoms are. And I wanted to kind of get together a basis of vocabulary of the way that we'll kind of talk about things. And a little bit of that's in here, but just keeping it in perspective that there's individual autonomy and then there's situational freedoms. And both of those things can put up barriers. And you'll get some more of that as you watch that video. As you go down through, these are the isms, and I will mention the isms all over again. This is the case of the isms class. And these are just some of the isms. There are so many isms that create barriers for people. Parents, students, teachers, anyone who's involved in a society can be impacted by these isms. So we will keep coming back to this first module resource in order to discuss the isms and to do projects with the isms as we go throughout. The isms are a place for you to do your individual exploration. So you won't hit all of them, but you'll be able to go in and look at as many as you'd like, but I'm not expecting for you to hit all of them. Ideally, I want you to find something that's interesting to you, something that's new to you to explore, and then figure out how it impacts you or is a part of your life or a part of the life of the students and parents and things around you. So our very first project, which is due at the end of the module, after I get to it, is your personal narrative. And the personal narrative is an opportunity for us to write about our experiences, who we are and how we've become the person that we are. So I've given you a couple of questions in the details and background section that I want you to consider. You don't have to write about each of these. If some of them don't apply to anything that's helped you grow or you don't feel connected to it, skip it, don't write about it. Okay, I'm looking for the things that have helped you to grow into the person that you have. Things that have been significant in your life, and then your journey to becoming an educator, and now as an educator, your journey in that also. So that's kind of the basis of what the personal narrative is. And if you have any additional questions about that, we can address those as we go through. One of the things that I've added into your class is assignment examples. And if you go into assignment examples, you'll see an example of a personal narrative for our very first assignment. Rubrics will also give you all of the rubrics for what we're going to be working with in class. So it's a very quick space to see it. You can also check the rubrics by going to the assignment and clicking into the assignment and viewing the rubric. That will also give you access to the rubric. Alrighty, so I know that there is so much happening and so much going on right now, and I know you all are very excited to kind of get things started. So I look forward to seeing you in the discussion forums, and I'm going to be publishing out a couple of dates for this course that I'll be doing non mandatory, non-mandatory synchronous sessions, just places and times where we can come together and kind of have some guided and quick discussions on some of the things that you're learning. It always helps us to have courageous conversations whenever we get to meet and actually talk about the things that we're seeing. So I'll be publishing some of those dates. If you're able to join us, that's fabulous. If not, I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll be able to figure out at least one of them that you'll be able to come into. All right. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you.